they didn't see this coming. One minute the cameras were rolling, the apartment lights were soft, and everything looked like another awkward chapter in the chaotic universe of 90 Day Fiancé, and the next minute, a phone screen lit up with a message that would blow the entire relationship apart. Imagine discovering that the person you've been supporting, defending, and even caring for physically has been secretly flirting behind your back the entire time. That's exactly the moment that allegedly sent shockwaves through Cortney's world when she caught Colt Johnson doing something that fans online are still arguing about today. And here's where it gets even messier. Because according to screenshots, leaked DMs, and a whole avalanche of Reddit detective work, there may have been receipts, real digital evidence, that suggested this wasn't just a harmless conversation. It might have been a full-blown betrayal happening right under Cortney's nose.
Stay tuned, because by the end of this story, you'll realize why so many viewers believe this relationship was doomed from the very beginning, and why the final confrontation may have been the only possible ending. At first, everything looked like another complicated romance straight out of the reality TV playbook. Fans of 90 Day Fiancé know the formula well. Two people from very different emotional worlds trying to build a relationship under pressure, cameras capturing every awkward silence, every argument, every fragile moment where love and resentment collide. And Cortney, by all appearances, seemed determined to make things work. She wasn't just emotionally invested. According to people close to the situation and discussions circulating across fan forums, she was also the one providing a massive amount of day-to-day support in the relationship. That support became especially significant because Colt wasn't exactly in the easiest position himself. Viewers already knew him as one of the most controversial personalities to ever appear in the franchise. His history of messy breakups, explosive fights, and emotional manipulation accusations had followed him for years. Some fans believed he was misunderstood. Others believed he had a pattern. But regardless of where people stood, one thing was clear: Colt always seemed to bring drama with him. And Cortney stepped into that storm believing things might finally be different. Friends later said she tried to be patient. Really patient. The kind of patient that makes outsiders wonder how much someone is willing to tolerate before they finally reach their limit. She listened to his frustrations, supported him through personal struggles, and even defended him online when critics started throwing shade across Instagram comments and TikTok clips. But behind the scenes, the internet was already whispering that something felt off. Fans on Reddit began piecing together timelines. A few viewers claimed they noticed suspicious interactions on social media. Others said they saw flirtatious comments popping up under certain posts late at night. None of it was definitive proof at the time. Reality TV gossip often spreads faster than facts. But the speculation kept growing. Then came the moment that changed everything. According to accounts circulating among fans and social media sleuths, Cortney allegedly stumbled across messages on Colt's phone that she was never supposed to see. We can't independently verify every detail of those claims, but based on the conversations that exploded across fan communities, the messages suggested he had been communicating privately with another woman for weeks. Not casually, not innocently, but in a way that looked very, very shady. Imagine the scene. The glow of a phone screen in a quiet room, the realization hitting all at once, the sudden rush of disbelief when someone you trusted is caught in a lie you never expected. And that's when the confrontation reportedly began. Sources discussing the situation say Cortney didn't immediately explode the way reality TV sometimes encourages. Instead, the moment was quieter at first. Heavy, the kind of silence that fills a room when someone knows the truth has finally surfaced. She allegedly asked him directly about the messages. At first, Colt denied everything. Classic reality show damage control. But according to fans who claim to have seen parts of the leaked conversations, the receipts didn't leave much room for interpretation. The messages weren't just casual chats. They included emotional confessions, flirtation, and conversations that suggested he was building a connection outside the relationship. That's when things turned messy. Really messy. Instead of admitting what happened, Colt reportedly tried to flip the narrative. He allegedly argued that he felt emotionally neglected, that he wasn't getting enough affection, that Cortney didn't understand him. And suddenly, what began as a cheating accusation transformed into a debate about whether the relationship itself had already been broken. Fans watching the story unfold online immediately recognized the pattern. Some called it gaslighting, others called it classic Colt behavior. Because longtime viewers of 90 Day Fiancé had seen similar emotional dynamics play out before. Colt had built a reputation, fair or not, as someone who often shifted blame during conflicts. And Cortney, she wasn't buying it. According to people familiar with the situation, she made it clear that emotional excuses didn't justify secret conversations with another woman. Especially not after everything she had done to support him. But the fallout didn't stop there. Because the drama soon expanded beyond the couple themselves. Cortney's parents reportedly became aware of the situation, and their reaction was immediate. They felt betrayed too, not just because of the alleged cheating, but because they believed Colt had taken advantage of their daughter's kindness. In private conversations described by people close to the family, they allegedly warned Cortney not to get pulled back into the cycle. They urged her to step away before the emotional damage became even worse. And this is where the story takes a turn that viewers rarely see on reality TV. Because instead of another screaming match or dramatic reconciliation, the final meeting between Cortney and Colt reportedly played out in a much colder way. Imagine two people sitting across from each other after the illusion of love has already collapsed. No cameras screaming for drama. No romantic music. Just the quiet reality of betrayal hanging in the air. Colt reportedly tried to apologize. But according to people who heard about the conversation, the apology didn't feel genuine. It sounded rehearsed, like something said because it needed to be said, not because the person truly understood the damage they caused. Cortney listened, and then she made the decision that shocked a lot of fans. She told him to leave. Not temporarily. Not, let's take a break. Leave for good. That moment, when she reportedly kicked him out, became the turning point of the entire story. And if you're enjoying this deep dive into reality TV drama, this is the kind of investigative storytelling we love doing here, so sticking around with the channel always helps us keep uncovering the wildest stories hiding behind the headlines. But the biggest twist hadn't even been revealed yet. Because around the 8-minute mark of this entire saga, something new surfaced online that made the situation even more explosive. A fan account claimed that Colt's alleged conversations with the other woman weren't just emotional cheating. According to screenshots circulating on TikTok and Reddit, he may have been presenting himself as single. Again, we cannot independently confirm the authenticity of every screenshot shared online. Internet leaks can be misleading. But the possibility alone ignited a firestorm among viewers. If true, it would mean the betrayal wasn't just about flirting. It would mean Cortney had been unknowingly supporting someone who was actively building another relationship behind her back. And that revelation reframed everything. Suddenly the earlier arguments about emotional neglect looked less convincing. The apologies looked less sincere. And the entire relationship began to resemble a pattern that many critics had accused Colt of before, staying close to someone who provided stability while quietly searching for something, or someone, else. By the time the dust settled, the relationship was beyond repair. Cortney reportedly chose to move forward without him, focusing on rebuilding her life after what many fans described as a brutal emotional betrayal. The pain was real, but so was the clarity that sometimes arrives after a toxic dynamic finally ends. Meanwhile, Colt once again found himself at the center of intense online debate. Some fans argued that reality TV editing can distort the truth. Others pointed out that the franchise's production style, often called Franken editing, has been criticized for piecing together moments in ways that amplify drama. But even taking editing into account, many viewers believed the situation reflected deeper patterns that had followed Colt throughout his reality TV journey. And that leaves us with the question that fans of 90 Day Fiancé are still arguing about today. Was this simply another messy breakup amplified by social media rumors? Or was Cortney finally the person who saw through the entire situation and refused to stay in a relationship built on half-truths and secret conversations? Because in the end, relationships inside the 90-day pressure cooker rarely fail because of one single moment. They collapse because trust quietly erodes long before the cameras capture the final scene. And when the truth finally surfaces, sometimes the only move left is to walk away. So now the debate is yours. Did Cortney make the right call by kicking Colt out the moment she saw those alleged receipts, or do you think there's another side to the story that viewers haven't heard yet?
Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe Daniel John Updates YouTube channel for more update news.